Is masturbation the silent epidemic that no one is talking about? This is a question that many may find uncomfortable or even unnecessary. Yet, it's a topic that requires our attention. In the era of openness and acceptance, masturbation has found a place of normalization in our society. It's no longer a hushed topic, but rather it's discussed, joked about, and even encouraged for its perceived health benefits. However, in this video, we're not here to shame anyone or pass moral judgments. Our aim is to shed light on the less talked about side of the conversation, the potential dangers of regular masturbation. Yes, you heard correctly. Like anything in life, too much of something can lead to unexpected and often unwanted consequences, so now we invite you to join us on this journey of understanding and awareness. Let's dive into the science behind the risks of regular masturbation. What happens to your brain when you masturbate? Well, let's dive into the fascinating world of neuroscience to understand this. Have you ever wondered why certain activities feel so good, like eating your favorite food, listening to a beautiful piece of music, or even engaging in sexual activities? That's all thanks to a neurotransmitter in your brain called dopamine. Dopamine is often referred to as the feel-good neurotransmitter. It's released when we engage in activities that our brain perceives as rewarding. It's like a pat on the back from your brain saying, "Hey, good job, do that again." This dopamine release is what makes us feel pleasure and satisfaction. Now let's talk about masturbation. When you masturbate, your brain is flooded with dopamine. This surge of dopamine is what leads to the feeling of pleasure and satisfaction. But here's where things get tricky. If you're masturbating regularly, your brain gets accustomed to these frequent dopamine floods. Think of it like this. If you're regularly indulging in your favorite dessert, after a while, it doesn't taste as sweet, right? That's because your taste buds have become desensitized to the sugar. Similarly, when your brain is frequently overloaded with dopamine, it starts to become desensitized to it. This means you'll need more and more dopamine to achieve the same level of pleasure. This is where the danger lies. Regular masturbation can lead to a dopamine overload, causing your brain to become desensitized to pleasure. You'll find that things that once brought you joy no longer do. This can lead to a cycle of seeking out increasingly novel or intense stimuli to achieve the same level of satisfaction, which can potentially lead to problematic behaviors. But that's just the tip of the iceberg. The effects of regular masturbation extend far beyond the brain. What happens to your body when you masturbate regularly? It's a question that many have asked, and the answers might surprise you. The physical consequences of frequent self-pleasure are often overlooked, but they are just as real and concerning as any other health issue. Let's start with sexual dysfunction. Studies have shown that the constant stimulation from regular masturbation can lead to a condition known as desensitization. This is where the nerve endings in the genital area become less responsive to sexual stimulation. In men, this can lead to difficulties in achieving and maintaining an erection. In women, it can cause decreased sensitivity, making sexual intercourse less enjoyable. Moreover, regular masturbation can also lead to a decrease in sexual satisfaction. The excessive stimulation can cause the brain to become accustomed to a certain level of pleasure that can't be easily replicated during actual sexual encounters. This can lead to dissatisfaction and frustration, causing strain on intimate relationships. And then there's the potential for prostate issues in men. While there's still debate in the scientific community, some studies suggest that frequent ejaculation could potentially increase the risk of prostate cancer. This is because the prostate produces a fluid that helps nourish and transport sperm. When the prostate is constantly producing this fluid, it can potentially lead to inflammation and other issues. So, you see, the physical consequences of regular masturbation are far from benign. They can lead to real health complications, affecting not just your sexual health but your overall well-being. It's important to remember that while masturbation is a normal and healthy sexual activity, like anything else, it can become a problem when it's done excessively. And it's not just your body that suffers. Regular masturbation can have serious effects on your mental health as well. How does regular masturbation affect your mental health? This is a question that has been the focus of scientific research for many years, and the findings are quite alarming. Regular masturbation can lead to a multitude of mental health issues, including potential addiction, depression, and anxiety. Let's start with addiction. Masturbation, like any other pleasurable activity, triggers the release of dopamine in the brain. Dopamine is the neurotransmitter responsible for the feelings of pleasure and reward. Over time, as an individual engages in regular masturbation, the brain starts to crave the dopamine rush. This can lead to a form of addiction, where the person feels a compulsion to masturbate even when they don't want to. It's a vicious cycle that can be hard to break, and it can lead to feelings of guilt and shame. Depression is another mental health concern linked to regular masturbation. A study published in the Archives of Sexual Behavior found that individuals who masturbate frequently are more likely to experience feelings of depression. The researchers suggest that this may be due to the fact that masturbation can become a coping mechanism for dealing with negative emotions rather than addressing the root cause of these feelings. And then there's anxiety. In a survey published in the Journal of Sex and Marital Therapy, individuals who masturbate frequently reported higher levels of anxiety. The researchers hypothesized that this could be because these individuals may feel anxious about their sexual behaviors, or they may use masturbation as a way to temporarily relieve feelings of anxiety, which can ultimately perpetuate the cycle. These mental health implications are not to be taken lightly. They can affect every aspect of a person's life, from their relationships to their work performance. It's important to note that these studies don't suggest that masturbation is inherently bad. Rather, they highlight the potential risks associated with regular excessive masturbation. The evidence is clear: regular masturbation can have serious consequences. But what can you do about it? How can you break the cycle of regular masturbation? This is the question that often lingers in the minds of those who have identified an issue and want to make a change. Taking the first step towards change can often be the most daunting. But the journey of 1,000 miles, as they say, begins with a single step. Firstly, therapy can be an effective way to tackle this issue. Cognitive behavioral therapy, for instance, can help you understand the root causes of your behavior and develop coping strategies to deal with urges. It's about rewiring the brain, breaking old patterns, and creating new, healthier ones. Secondly, support groups can provide a sense of community and understanding that you might not find elsewhere. These groups offer a safe space to share experiences, learn from others, and gain encouragement. Remember, you're not alone in this journey. There are many others out there who are going through the same struggles and who are ready to lend a supportive ear. Lifestyle changes are also a crucial part of the process. Regular exercise, for example, can help reduce stress and anxiety, which are often triggers for compulsive behaviors. It's also a great way to channel your energy into something productive. Next, consider the power of mindfulness and meditation. These practices can help you gain control over your thoughts and feelings rather than being controlled by them. With time and practice, you can learn to sit with your urges without acting on them. Finally, always maintain a healthy diet and sleep schedule. Proper nutrition and rest are fundamental in maintaining overall health and well-being, which in turn can help you manage your urges more effectively. Remember, change doesn't happen overnight. It's a gradual process that requires patience, persistence, and self-compassion. It's okay to stumble and fall along the way. The important thing is to get back up and keep moving forward. In conclusion, therapy, support groups, lifestyle changes, mindfulness, and maintaining a healthy diet and sleep schedule are all practical steps you can take to reduce your masturbation habits. Change is possible. You don't have to be a slave to your habits. Will you be the one to break the cycle? This isn't a question we ask lightly, nor is it one that can be answered with a simple yes or no. It's a challenge, a call to action. It's an invitation to take control of your life, to make conscious choices about your habits and behaviors. There are resources available to help you navigate this journey. Therapists who specialize in addiction, self-help books filled with actionable advice, support groups where you can connect with others facing the same struggles. The internet is a treasure trove of information, but remember to verify any advice you find with trusted sources. It's not an easy path to tread, but the rewards are well worth it. Better physical health, improved mental well-being, a deeper connection with yourself and others. All these things are possible when you choose to take control of your actions. Remember, your health is in your hands. Choose wisely.